What is up, and I welcome each and every one of you back to a brand new video. I hope you're all having fantastic days. Before we get started, like, comment, subscribe. Did I tell you guys to subscribe? Because that is something you should definitely be doing. We are back with the top 5 religious civs in the entire game. If you're looking for a little religious victory, if you want to be the Spanish Inquisition instead of not expecting the Spanish Inquisition, then these are definitely the civs for you. Starting at number 5, the 5th best religious civ, we have Hojo Toki of Japan. Yes. So, why is Japan so good? Meiji Restoration. No, it's not Meiji Restoration. Yes, it is. All districts receive an additional adjacency bonus for being adjacent to another district. The bonuses really do add up, but more importantly, you are able to build holy sites in half the time thanks to Divine Wind. This is very, very important. You go for astrology, you build the holy sites faster, surround them with a few more districts, and then you are looking golden. You will get the early religion thanks to building the holy sites faster. You will get a lot more faith, which you can use to buy different units. There really isn't a lot of religious-focused civs in this game. There are some civs that get faith and use that faith to get to help with, another victory type, but there's not too many people that really just focus on a religious victory. So Japan is at number 5, not really the best, but he is still good enough to land a top 5 position. Number 4, we have Menelik II. That is right, the top hat man himself. Aksumit Legacy gives him 0.5 faith for each resource at the origin city from international trade routes, 1 faith for each improved resource for each copy that the city owns. And after that, we also have the rock-hewn church, which gives you 1 faith and 1 faith for each adjacent mountain or hills tile. Ethiopia is really better at a culture victory because the rock-hewn church and Aksumit Legacy are using your faith in order to get tourism and archaeological museums, and his Council of Ministers is really more focused towards a culture victory. But the amount of faith you get from rock-hewn churches and trade routes is an absolute insane amount, which you can use to buy religious units and go and convert different civilizations, which is why I have Ethiopia at number 4. Number 3, we have Gandhi, one of the OG civs of India. He gets 5 faith for each civilization that he has met that has founded a religion and is not currently at war, which is really nice. Not only that, he also gets the follower belief from each city's religion that has 1 follower. So what that means is you will be able to buy buildings from multiple religions in each city. You will easily get 3 to 4 religious buildings, giving you a larger amount of faith, more missionary spreads, etc., which all adds up to a large amount of faith. And the stepwell does give you 1 faith if adjacent to a holy site, and faith as you advance through the tech and technology trees. Really the biggest thing for India that puts him ahead of Menelik in Japan, missionaries get 2 spreads, double religious pressure from trade routes, and also the follower beliefs will allow you to get a large amount of religious buildings in each of your cities. Not to mention the +5 bonus for faith is extremely reliable early on, allowing you to get 20 to 25 faith when you meet different civs that have founded a religion. That is why I have Gandhi at number 3. Number 2, this one should completely be obvious. We have Arabia, Saladin. Yes, Saladin is also a really nice science civ, but his faith is just out of this world. You can purchase worship buildings for 10% of the faith cost, which gives you a 10% bonus to science and culture, which is absolutely insane, allowing you to go for both faith and science and culture at the exact same time. Not to mention the last profit will guarantee you a great profit no matter what you do early on. So you can focus on going for, maybe if you start 5 tiles away from the Aztecs, you can focus on military production and still be able to get a religion later on. And the madrasa is a unique campus replacement, which gives you faith bonus equal to the adjacency of the campus. So pretty much what that means, you will have 2 holy site worth of faith per city, along with easy access of faith buildings in each and every city you have, which will also go towards science and culture, which will indirectly help your faith production because usually you get a lot of faith bonuses and wonders as you go through the culture tree especially. Arabia is just really, really strong all around, and that is why I have them at number 2 when it comes to a religious victory. Number 1, we have Peter. Oh, well, I probably should have done the honorable mentions, huh? Well, it's a good thing you guys were probably expecting Peter. If you weren't, I suggest you, I don't know, man. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments, who would you have in the top 5? There really doesn't seem to be too many civs with, like, straight faith bonuses. But for the honorable mentions, we have number 1, Jayavarman the 8th. Jayavarman the 8th, if we can find him, he gains 3 faith from entertainment for each city with an aqueduct. He also gains food and housing from holy sites adjacent to a river, and the Prasat will allow him to absolutely spam relics because missionaries get relics when they die in theological combat. They get the martyr ability, so you will be able to just spam build relics, which will allow you to potentially go for an early culture victory, but also the faith you will get from these relics will just give you so much faith that they can be used to buy more missionaries, buy more relics, and the cycle repeats itself, allowing you to get a lot more faith, a lot more religious units, and a lot more converted cities as a result. He isn't in the top 5 because his bonuses are really sort of minor, and also it's more like get relics and get more food and use the faith to go towards that victory type instead of just a straight religious victory. That's why I have him as the first honorable mention. Secondly, we have Mansa Musa. That is right, of Mali. The only thing he really has is the Songs of Jelly promotion. Songs of Jelly, man. I'm butchering that name. I apologize. But city centers receive 1 faith for each adjacent desert and desert hills tile, as well as that's pretty much it. There really isn't a lot of religious civs in this game, as I've said. But, yeah, the 1 faith, you will get a desert bias start, so you can potentially get 4 to 5 faith early on in the game, and once you get desert folklore, you will double that faith production, which will allow you to get monster amounts of faith early on. The reason I have him as the second honorable mention is because this ability is completely unreliable. You could start in the jungle, you could start in the plains. Very rarely will you start in, like, the middle of desert. The best you'd usually do is have maybe 2 to 3 adjacent desert tiles, because the AI, when you start a game, it does try to put civilizations in as good a position as possible, so it will look mostly at yields. So for example, if it looks at a bit like a resource that has spices and bananas and maybe 1 adjacent desert tile, it will put you on that tile instead of potentially, 4 or 5, plains or desert hills or desert tiles that don't have the number of yields that the spices starts would have. But it would be better for the long term, as you will be able to get a butt ton of faith. But that's why I have him as the second honorable mention. For the third honorable mention, I was just looking through. There really is nobody. Poland is my second honorable mention. That's a really good ability. Religions founded by Poland are majority in an adjacent city that loses a tile to a culture bomb. That really is just like nearby cities that you should have converted already, but it is kind of nice. Holy sites gain standard faith adjacency bonus from adjacent districts. And relics provide faith, gold, and culture. It's fine if you find some way to get actual relics. I guess there really isn't anybody else who really has a sort of faith type of ability. Alright, well, I am a complete idiot because I completely forgot about Byzantium. Before we keep going, let's talk about Byzantium. They have 1 really nice ability. You get 1 great profit point for each holy site. This will guarantee you a religion. However, Byzantium also, their other abilities are focused on using that religion to get maybe Defender of the Faith or the Crusader belief, convert a few enemy holy cities, and then use that combat strength to go in for a domination victory. But the +1 great profit point is, in my opinion, worthy of the number 1 honorable mention spot. Like I said, Japan is going to be able to build holy sites faster and get a lot more faith generation, as is all for the top 5. I do think they are better than Jayavarman as a religious civ, so I will put them as number 6, the number 1 honorable mention, so also don't get people down in my comments talking about, you forgot about Byzantium. I didn't. Here I am. And yeah, back to the video. But let's get back to it. Number one. Who do we have number 1? So obvious. We have the Congo. Yes, that is right. The Congo led by whatever his name, Vincent, the thingy, this guy, the Congo, religious convert. You cannot build holy sites. That is an extremely strong ability, solely because not being able to build holy sites means you're not going to be able to get I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Number 1, we have Peter of Russia. Peter, it's just the number 1 religious civ by a mile. You get Mother Russia giving you extra territory on the start, and faith and production when working tundra tiles. So you are going to be able to work early tundra tiles, allowing you to get an early religion and early pantheon, but the Lavra is so good. The Lavra is 50% cheaper. Right? You get the Dance of the Aurora. You put it beside, just in the tundra, you will get 6 or 7 faith per turn from 1 Lavra tile, which is cheaper to build, which means you will almost always get a religion first, and with your Mother Russia ability, you will also almost always get a Pantheon first. All these abilities combined, and hey, let's say you don't get a Pantheon first. Let's say you get Mali and you get Guitarja in your game, who both have faith bonuses that work at turn 1. You will get the 3rd Pantheon, but are they really going to go for Dance of the Aurora? Mali's probably going to go either Religious Settlements or the Desert Folklore Pantheon, and I doubt any of those guys actually start in the Tundra, so even Guitarja would probably get something like production for fish resources or something. So you will almost always get Dance of the Aurora, unless somehow Canada gets a Pantheon before you, which I doubt because you do have your Mother Russia ability as well as the Lavra. But yeah, this is why Russia is number 1. The amount of faith you get is insane. The amount of Lavra faith you're going to get is even more insane. And Mother Russia will just give you a large amount of faith on Tundra tiles. But that is going to be it today, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Did I tell you guys to subscribe? Because that is something you should definitely be doing. And we got one more victory type, actually. We got the diplomatic victory type. That is going to come out either tomorrow or after tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And let me know down below who you have in your top 5, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.